Good afternoon, High Button sports fans, and welcome inside the Member 2 Sport and Wellness Center as we get set for an afternoon tilt between island rivals, the Cape Breton West Islanders and the Sydney Mitsubishi Rush. Their first matchup of the regular season here this afternoon, starting in goal for the West Islanders, Jack Bell. Bell with a 2-2 record, a .903 save percentage. And in net for your Sydney Mitsubishi Rush, Mason Doucette gets the call between the pipes with a 1-3 record and a 0.857 save percentage coming into this one. Rush control off the opening draw. Now McPhee can't hold a line. Into the neutral zone it goes. Chips it off the boards, and it's thrown right back into the rush zone by the West Islanders. Fleet hard on the forecheck there, but the Rush able to chip it out and down the ice and out of pressure. Mitchell Gould hot on pursuit right there. McLeod can't get it up. McEachran throws it right back in, and the West Islanders will start a change. Doucette leaves it behind the net now for McLeod. Liam McLeod looks for his options. Doesn't see much. Chips it off the boards. That one will go the length for our first whistle, and icing is the call. Cape Breton West coming into this game with a 3-5 record, currently riding a 2-game win streak. 3-2 in their last 5 games. Looking to keep the momentum going here in Sydney this afternoon. Chipped out now. Rush gain control on the blue line. Dunn pulls up, tries to find McQueen, but it's off a West Islander skate into the corner. Back down it in the corner there is Heb. He can't keep it in. Now McLeod. Chip back in deep. Islanders will start another change. McLeod gets knocked off his feet. West Islanders now up top for McGinnis. Crossover for Ellis. Ellis shot. Whistled that one and hits a body in front. Now McQueen trying to go the other way, but Ellis back in time to take away the time and space. Watt into the middle for Chisholm. Rush able to clear the zone. They'll chip it down the ice. Will it be enough for icing? And it will. Face-off come all the way back down into the Rush zone. To the left of Mason Doucette. Probably not going to be much of a feeling out process between these two teams again. The rivalry of the Cross Island teams alive and well in this major U18 hockey division. Now behind the net, West Islanders trying to find the open man in the slot. Out front, nobody home there for the West Islanders, and it goes up top. Chisholm shot, Doucette. Can't corral that. Now Mitchell Gould will chip it out, and McEachran goes back to get it. Cross ice for Luke Chisholm. Up for Will Chisholm. Now for Watt. His shot blocked. Doucette saved into the corner. McLean chips it out front. Now Austin Miller gets it down deep. West Islanders first one on it. They're rimming around the boards, but Deacon McPhee off of the bench. Throws it right back down, and Bell will leave it there as the West Islanders get set up in their own end. McEachran chips it off the glass in deep, and will start a change. West Islanders aggressive on the forecheck, trying to turn that puck over, but Deacon McPhee gets it up the wall. And Austin Miller able to get that out of the zone. Now Trenum can't find a teammate, and West Islanders retreat back into their own end. McGinnis headmans the puck. Out of the zone it goes once again, and the West Islanders have to once again retreat back into their own end. Jake McGinnis shot. Doucette turns that aside. Up and out of play it goes. West Islanders starting to gain a bit of momentum now in the offensive zone. So get a new personnel out there. Aiden McDonald in to take the draw against Mitchell Gould, and he wins it cleanly. West Islanders control now deep. Bounces over the skate of Jack McGinnis. We've got a Jack and a John McGinnis. We've got a bunch of Chisholms, bunch of McDonalds. Up and off the scoreboard. That draw will come back deep inside the Rush territory. 15:31 to go here in the first period. Still looking for our first goal of the game. Couple shots already, nothing too dangerous these goalies can't handle. Aiden McDonald in to take the draw once again here. Going up against Jacob Dunn. Dunn wins that draw cleanly for the Rush. But now, hard pursuit by the West Islanders. Are able to get it back in Trentham with the shot. Doucette, no rebound given. Another face-off coming up to the left of Mason Doucette. Dunn and McDonald will square off again. McDonald wins that one cleanly, maybe a little too cleanly as it goes all the way back down into the West Islander zone. Chisholm circles back to pick it up. Trentham stripped of the puck behind the net. Not able to hold the blue line there was Morrison. So the Rush Islanders have to clear the zone, gives the West Islanders enough chance. And here's Davidson. Chips it in and gives chase, and he's the first one on it. Not much help there with him, so Jacob Dunn able to clear the zone. Now McGinnis over for Ellis. Jonah Ellis gets to the red line, dumps it in. Morrison rims it around for McQueen. McQueen drops for Dunn, and Dunn is going to chip that in. But Ellis is back there to the control for the West Islanders. Now Davison, nice lead pass. Here's McDonald all alone. Big save there by Mason Doucette. Read it all the way. And our first dangerous opportunity. Kieran McDonald on a clear-cut breakaway. Huge save by Mason Doucette. Great heads-up play there by Jonah Ellis, finding McDonald in behind coverage. But again, huge save by Mason Doucette. Now, Bass Christmas pokes that into the neutral zone. But here's McDonald once again. Chips it to himself, but good active stick there on the back check. Now, Mitchell Gould can't get around his man. And we will have our first penalty of the game. It's going to go out to Deacon McPhee. Interference is the call. And the West Islanders will go to the first power play of the game. Power play clicking along right now at 15%. Good for 6th in league. Going up against a penalty kill. The Rush operating at 72%. Mason Doucette. Another big save right there as they hack away in the crease, but Doucette standing tall, keeping that puck out. Hook short, Chisholm. Two leading scorers here for the West Islanders out on this power play 1 unit. Looking to strike first. Trentham up for Will Chisholm. Cross ice feed now. Into the middle of the ice it goes. Trentham Giving up. Here's Mitchell Gould on a breakaway. Mitchell Gould one-on-one with Bell. Gould scores! Mitchell Gould on a short-handed breakaway. Waits and waits and waits and finally outwaits Jack Bell. And Mitchell Gould strikes first for the Sydney Rush. Gould, the leading point getter for the Rush so far this season. That's his 8th of the season and his 14th point on the season. The Rush strike first. Still a minute 15 to go on this West Islanders power play. Morrison spins and fires it down the ice. Bell leaves it there for Ellis. Ellis ahead for Hunter McDonald. Feeds that up for Watt. Watt rims it around the boards. Up top for Ellis. Jumps over Ellis's stick into the neutral zone. West Islanders now have to retreat, and they retreat back into their own end. Ellis watched very closely there by Luke Andrea. Andrea once again hard on that puck. Austin Miller almost tried to find a loose puck there. And the West Islanders will once again retreat. Now here's McDonald, Aiden McDonald. He loses the handle, and the Rush able to clear the zone once again. 15 seconds to go on the man advantage now for the West. Aggressive forecheck by the penalty killing unit of the Rush. West Islanders not able to get anything going right now. Teams back to even strength. As it's Deacon McPhee fresh out of the penalty box, chips that into the neutral zone and goes for a change. Berman cross for McLeod. McLeod cannot find Alain. Now the Islanders regroup. Lead pass doesn't connect. Doucette out to play it. Up top, here's Gracie. Over for Alain. Alain trying to find Gould, cutting through the middle, can't connect. Reverse pass by the Islanders, and they'll try again. McGinnis. Head pass there for McDonald's. But the Rush, once again, tenacious in the defensive zone, able to chip that out and retreat the West Islanders back to their own end. Now, giveaway again. Here's Gracie, shot. Save, big save, Bell, but another turnaround right there, and they score! Once again, it's Mitchell Gould. Johnny on the spot collects the rebound as there's a scramble play in front of Bell. The West Islanders not able to clear the front of the net, and Mitchell Gould buries his 2nd of the game. McPhee loses the handle. Watt. Stick check closely there by Dunn. Ellis can't get his shot away, but here's Chisholm down low. Up top, here's Watt. Watt shoots. That's off a body and off to the side of the net. Here comes the Rush once again. Keckern trying to get it in deep. Now Watt. He loses the handle. Into the corner it goes. Bass Christmas watched closely there. Luke Chisholm pinches in off the blue line, keeps the play alive. Hard hit from behind there by Bass Christmas. No call upcoming. Ellis keeps it in, but chips it down. Bass Christmas retreats. He's got some space. Ellis, stick in the lane, breaks up that pass, but he gets it right back on his stick. Rims it around the boards. Jacob Dutton now. Pass deflects off a West Islander, and Bass Christmas will wind it up. He's met by 3 black shirts in the neutral zone, and they'll throw it back down. Mason Doucette has seen enough. He will cover it up. And we will get a face-off to the left of Mason Doucette. And this will be an opportunity for us to take our 1-minute timeout.
Tonight's stream is brought to you by John Ross & Sons, Atlantic Canada's scrap metal pros. Cleaning out the garage, job site, or shop, turn your steel, copper, and aluminum into cash. Drop off at their HRM locations or book a convenient bin for bigger hauls. Family-owned, environmentally responsible recycling that keeps our community clean and jobs local. Visit jrsons.ca and tell them High Button Sports sent you. John Ross & Sons, scrap metal made simple. Tonight's stream is brought to you by John Ross & Sons, Atlantic Canada's scrap metal pros. Cleaning out the garage, job site, or shop, turn your steel, copper, and aluminum into cash. Drop off at their HRM locations or book a convenient bin for bigger hauls. Family-owned, environmentally...
Face-off coming up to the left of Mason Doucette as we come up to the end of our break here. Sidney Rush coming into this game, 2-6 records. Tough weekend last weekend against the Steel Subaru in Dartmouth, and a game against the Weeks down in Pictou. 2 very good teams the Rush were up against last weekend, but looking to right the ship here this weekend, and giveaway right there. Shot Doucette with another huge save early on in this one. McEachern cannot hold the line. Now it's given up, and it's Miller. Austin Miller shot. Goes just a little wide. Morrison keeps that play alive. Thrown in deep. Andrea trying to get it down low. Trentham takes away the half wall, and the West Islanders now get it out into the neutral zone. Dump it deep into the corner. McDonald watched McLean closely, and McDonald comes away with it, circles the back of the net. Up top for McEachern. McEachern walks off the line, tries to get a shot through traffic, but it's tipped high, kept alive there at the line by McGinnis. Now shot again off a skate into the corner it goes. McDonald, Aiden McDonald, circling the perimeter, thrown into the middle of the ice, and McLeod is there to break it up. He can't get it down low, but McLeod gets it back. Over for Berman. Owen Gracie, he can't get a hold of it. Mitchell Gould now tries. But Ellis will get it out and up the ice. Not far enough. Liam McLeod sets it up behind his net. Can't get it past the stick of Jonah Ellis. Now McGinnis takes a shot. Again, Doucette with a routine save. And we will get a face-off coming up to the right of Mason Doucette. 7:30 to go here in the first period. Rush have opened up a 2-0 lead on the Cape Breton West Islanders. Shots 10-4 in favor of the West Islanders. Mason Doucette with a couple of big saves early in this one. Islanders control down low. Rush just trying to get it out of the zone. McPhee. Stretch pass, can't find Jacob Dunn. Davison over for McEachern. McEachern shoots, Doucette knocks that one down. Puck battle in the corner now. Islanders trying to find something. Thrown out front, it's off a skate, it's still loose. Still in the blue paint there. Can't tuck it home. Islanders coming close there, but again, nobody able to bury it in the open cage. Trying to get it out, but it's McDonald. Kieran McDonald throws it down low. Rush. Reverse it. McQueen can't get that out, but McQueen has it once again. Cuts through the middle, trying to get through 4 black shirts before losing the handle. Ellis ahead for Will Chisholm. He chips it in deep. Fast Christmas watched closely there by Watt, but it's back up top for Ellis. His shot off a stick into the corner. Up top, McEachran, his shot goes wide off the glass. Now it reams back for Yona Ellis once again. Gould picks it up, gains steam through the neutral zone, tries to step around Ellis, gets there. Shot Bell, turns that aside. Can't get it out, kept in by Bass Christmas. His shot's tipped into the corner. Gould trying to find Christmas. That's going to go all the way back into the rush zone. McLean rims it around. Just enough to get out. Chisholm couldn't hold the line there for the West Islanders. Chip back up. McLeod picks up the puck and chips it right back down the ice. Won't be enough for icing. Luke Chisholm. Lead pass, able to find the stick of Jack McGinnis. Scrambly play going on right now. Neither team can really generate much offense. Berman back to get it. Steps around his man, now steps out. Tipped by Miller into the zone. Miller's going to be the first one on it. Austin Miller pulls up. Net comes off its pegs. And we'll get a whistle. Face-off going to come to the left of Jack Bell. Ethan Miller in to take the draw now for the Sydney Rush. Draw, though, is won cleanly there by the West Islanders. Bell squeezes the post on that Miller shot. Don't know if he was quite sure where it was at first, but he did, in fact, find it. And another face-off coming up to the left. Carson McEachran in to take the draw now for the West Islanders. Scramble draw goes over to the corner. Sam Trenholm there to clear the way. Puck comes out in the neutral zone. Deacon McPhee's going to throw it right back in. Rims around the boards. Puck battle there. And Bass Christmas was the first one on it. Now, Miller and Andrea battling in the corner for the Rush. Puck comes free. And we've got ourselves another penalty coming up. This one to the West Islanders. Hooking will be the call, and it's going to be going against Carson McEachran. So the Sydney Rush already with a special teams goal here this afternoon. A shorthanded tally from Mitchell Gould, which opened the scoring, will go to their first power play of the afternoon. Puck cleared there by the West Islanders. Sydney Rush coming here with a power play clicking along at 19% efficiency. Going up against the #1 ranked penalty kill in the league of the Cape Breton West Islanders, which is operating at 94%. Mitchell Gould looking to put a dent in that. Bass Christmas trying to circle away from his man. Finds Gracie over for McQueen. Down low now for Dunn. Dunn cannot hit Gould. And they're forced to regroup. Gould, cross ice pass for Bass Christmas. Christmas barely keeps the handle on it. It's down the corner for Gould. He picks it up once again on the rotation up high, over for McQueen. Gould loses the handle now. Here's Davison. Ryan Davidson. Shot doesn't miss by much. Islanders almost had their own shorthanded tally. 35 seconds to go now in the man advantage. Gracie cuts through the neutral zone, loses the handle right on the blue line, and Trenum is there to clear it down. Rims around the boards. Now 13 seconds to go now in the Rush power play. McQueen up for Dunn. That'll do it. Team's back to even strength. Gould works his way through the neutral zone, tries to split the D. Not able to do so. Great effort there by Mitchell Gould. As the net comes off its pegs once more, and we'll have another face-off coming inside the Cape Breton West zone. .1:15 to go in the first period. Ethan Miller in to take the draw. But it's won there by the West Islanders. McCackern gets it back. Now Will Chisholm is in deep there to get it, but he's watched closely by Berman. Berman reverses the play. Can't get it out of the zone. It's kept alive by Ellis, over for McDonald. Aiden McDonald's shot saved. Doucette back on the stick of Ellis. Now up top for McCackern. His shot can't get through the traffic in front, and Liam McLeod is able to clear the zone and get it out. This, however, will go the length of the ice, icing the call. .37 seconds to go here in the first period. An entertaining first period. And a good first period for the Sydney Rush. Kept alive at the line by McCackern. However, here come the Rush once again, trying to get one more before the break. Miller can't get through the middle of the ice. Careens off the backboards and out front, but West Islanders able to clear the zone. McLeod can't get it the length of the ice, and Fleet comes back into the middle of the ice, and that will do it. One last shot by Jonah Ellis to put an exclamation point on the first period of play here in Membertou. After 20 minutes of play, the Sydney Rush hold a 2-0 lead on the Cape Breton West Islanders. We will be back with second period action after this short intermission.
Tonight's stream is brought to you by John Ross & Sons, Atlantic Canada's scrap metal pros. Cleaning out the garage, job site, or shop, turn your steel, copper, and aluminum into cast. Drop off at their HRM locations or book a convenient bin for bigger hauls. Family-owned, environmentally responsible recycling that keeps our community clean and jobs local. Visit jrsons.ca and tell them High Button Sports sent you. John Ross and Sons, scrap metal made simple. Tonight's stream is brought to you by John Ross and Sons, Atlantic Canada's scrap metal pros. Cleaning out the garage, job site, or shop, turn your steel, copper, and aluminum into cast. Drop off at their HRM locations or book a convenient bin for bigger hauls. Family owned, environmentally responsible recycling that keeps our community clean and jobs local. Visit jrsons.ca and tell them High Button Sports sent you. John Ross and Sons, scrap metal made simple. Tonight's stream is brought to you by John Ross and Sons, Atlantic Canada's scrap metal pros. Cleaning out the garage, job site, or shop, turn your steel, copper, and aluminum into cast. Drop off at their HRM locations or book a convenient bin for bigger hauls. Family owned, environmentally responsible recycling that keeps our community clean and jobs local. Visit jrsons.ca and tell them High Button Sports sent you. John Ross and Sons, scrap metal made simple. Tonight's stream is brought to you by John Ross and Sons, Atlantic Canada's scrap metal pros. Cleaning out the garage, job site, or shop, turn your steel, copper, and aluminum into cast. Drop off at their HRM locations or book a convenient bin for bigger hauls. Family owned, environmentally responsible recycling that keeps our community clean and jobs local. Visit jrsons.ca and tell them High Button Sports sent you. John Ross and Sons, scrap metal made simple. Tonight's stream is brought to you by John Ross and Sons, Atlantic Canada's scrap metal pros. Cleaning out the garage, job site, or shop, turn your steel, copper, and aluminum into cast. Drop off at their HRM locations or book a convenient bin for bigger hauls. Family owned, environmentally responsible recycling that keeps our community clean and jobs local. Visit jrsons.ca and tell them High Button Sports sent you. John Ross and Sons, scrap metal made simple.
And welcome back inside Member 2 Sport and Wellness Center as we get set now for second period action between Cape Breton West Islanders and the Sydney Mitsubishi Rush. After 20 minutes of play, it was the Sydney Rush on the back of Mitchell Gould. Going into that intermission, up 2-0. Mitchell Gould opened the scoring on a short-handed goal. So we just wait for the in-house clock to tick down. We'll get this second period underway. 14-7 are the shots in favor of the West Islanders. However, the scoreboard shows 2-0 Rush, and we get the second period underway. Islanders control off the draw. Thrown in, but it's chipped right off the glass and out by McPhee, and Jonah Ellis back to get it for the Islanders. Get to the blue line, just a soft chip. Cross-ice pass almost intercepted there, but now it's out into the neutral zone. McDonald chips it back down the boards for the Islanders. Owen Gracie, he's met at the blue line there by McEachran. Now Davidson steps around his man. Davidson shot. Doucette gobbles that up. Doucette with some very big saves in that first period. He's been very dialed in here this afternoon. Rebound control has been very good for Mason Doucette here today. Not giving up much in front of that net. Now Dunn and McDonald in on the draw. West Islanders control behind the net. Hayden McDonald walks around, scores! What a goal by Aiden McDonald. Toe drag around the Rush defender. And then he goes upstairs on the short side of Mason Doucette for a beautiful goal to start the second period. His fourth of the year has pulled the West Islanders to within one. Now the Rush able to get it out. Trenholm back to get it. Cross-ice feed broken up by McQueen. He throws it back down. Now Sam Trenholm retreats once again. Islanders once again try to get it out, but it's kept alive at the line by McLean. Rimmed around, nobody there but Jacob Hebb. Hebb, he can't get it. Morrison throws it back down, but it's broken up by McDonald. Now Trenholm. Long stretch pass off a skate, ends up now on the stick of the goal scorer McDonald's. Throwing up the boards, but it broken up once again there by the West Islanders. West Islanders coming out with a bit of jump in their step to start this second period. 2 minutes into this period, they have certainly controlled the play so far. Again, scrambled down low, and McLean getting into a bit of a shoving match there in the corner with Colby Fleet. And both Angus McLean and Colby Fleet will both go off. Coincidental minors. Two minutes for roughing for each, so 5-on-5 hockey. Face off down to the rush end onto the right of Mason Doucette. Will Chisholm. No, sorry, that is Jack McGinnis. Jack McGinnis in to take the draw for the West Islanders. Won by the rush. Thrown out front. Rush still not able to get it out now. They will get it out. However, Gideon throws it back for McLeod. They want to try and regroup and do it once more. McLeod blows a wheel trying to get out of the zone. McGinnis shot up and over the net. Now McLeod will get it out, and it's Mitchell Gould in all alone. Gould, watch closely there, and we will have ourselves a penalty shot. Mitchell Gould once again finds himself in behind the defenders on a breakaway, and he gets hooked by McEachern. But Mitchell Gould with a penalty shot opportunity here. Looking for the hat trick and to restore the 2-goal lead. Mitchell Gould snakes his way in, one-on-one with Bell. Shot, scores! Low glove side goes Mitchell Gould, and that will complete the hat trick and restore the 2-goal lead for the Sydney Rush. Rush trying to keep things going now. They're able to get it up and out, not far enough. Luke Chisholm keeps that play. Dumps it down, but Deacon McPhee off the glass, broken up by Jonah Ellis. Back onto the stick of McPhee, over to Andrea. He can't get it down low. Watt chips it to himself off the boards. Cross ice feed, throws it out front. Doucette throws that in the middle of the ice. And there is a white shirt there to clear it out. Andrea one-on-one with Ellis. Rush retreat. McPhee chips it in. Chisholm back there to get it for the West Islanders. Watched closely there. Miller trying to find some space, none there, so he chips it into the corner and gives chase. He and Luke Chisholm collide in the corner. Now Watt tries to reverse the play. Ellis muscles his man off the puck, but Morrison has it now at the Rush blue line. For Miller, he dumps it in behind the net, but Jonah Ellis there to pick it up once again. Trying to relieve the pressure. He's going to dump that down the ice. Icing will be the call. And the face-off will come right back down into the Rush zone. Or the Islander zone, excuse me. To the right of Jack Bell. Hayden McDonald in to take the draw against Mitchell Gould. Islanders come away with it, and it's Watt. Watt with a burst of steam. Drop pass, nobody there. Now Gracie tries to come away with it. He stood up at the blue line, but chips it in deep. Reverse play, Gracie can't get it to the front of the net. And now the Islanders will clear the zone. Morrison back to get it. He has no option, so throws it into the neutral zone. The Islanders throw it right back in. Thrown up over the stick of Owen Gracie, and he will beat out the icing call. Thrown out front. Nobody home in front. Trying to be there was Jasper Alain. Jumps over his stick. Now Gould throws it in behind the net. There is Owen Gracie. Tries to chip it out front. The Islanders control and they'll come away with it. Now here's Aiden McDonald. Goal scorer for the Islanders. Trying to get onto the inside. Hard hit there. Gould slow to get up onto his feet. Down into the corner it goes. Gould. He'll take a penalty right there. As now even the refs are going down, but Mitchell Gould takes his man out right in the numbers. 2-minute boarding is the call. And Cape Breton West Islanders go back to their second power play of the game. Trying to get something going here. Islanders win the draw. Up top now, Trenum gets to the middle of the ice. Back up top it goes. Cross ice feed there for Chisholm. Blocked by Heb. Chisholm with it again now. Off his stick and out into the neutral zone. McEachern, he loses the handle, and Austin Miller trying to turn something. Thrown right back in by the West Islanders. Rims around the boards. Will Chisholm. Over for McEachern. McEachern cross ice feed. McGinnis can't handle it. Up top it goes Trenum. Shot. That goes wide. Back onto the stick of Sam Trenum. Looking for his options. He's got Chisholm over for Will Chisholm, who throws it down low. Islanders looking to move the puck. Aggressive penalty killing right there by Berman. And the Rush are able to clear the zone, and they will get some fresh penalty killers out. Both teams in the midst of making changes. Sam Trenum winds it up behind his net. Pass up for Fleet. Fleet loses the handle. And Andrea is there for the Rush to throw it right back in. Ellis. He'll get there first and rim it around the boards. Islanders looking to get set up. It's McDonald for Ellis. His shot, trying to find the backdoor pass. Nobody there, but Islanders still control. McDonald's shot, Doucette. Another big save and no rebounds are given. 6 seconds to go in the Gould penalty. Before these teams go back to even strength. Rush holding on to a 3-1 lead right now as we are just over 12 minutes to go here in the second period. And the Rush will kill another penalty. Ellis winds it up. Pass given up there to Dunn, but Dunn not able to stay on the blue line. And offsides will be the call. Face-off coming up outside of the Islander zone. Jacob Dunn in to take it against Jack McGinnis. Dunn tried to throw it down low. McQueen is there. Now it's back up top for Bass Christmas. Tries to shake his man, but it's off an Islander skate and into the neutral zone. Morrison off the boards now for Jacob Dunn. But McGinnis is there, throws it right back down, but Morrison is there to get it once again. McEachern blocks that pass, throws it on net. Doucette just steers it into the corner. Rimmed around for Heb. It's off his stick. McGinnis trying to find a loose puck. Can't do it. Now is a puck loose. Good stick there by Bass Christmas, getting it out of the danger spot. Thrown out front. Jacob Dunn able to skate it out of the zone. Now Ryan McQueen will chip it down. Back to get it is John McGinnis. But in behind the play, we've got a West Islanders penalty. This one is going against Kieran McDonald. And the Sydney Rush will go to their second power play of the game. The defenseman Bass Christmas in to take the draw as Gracie gets thrown out, and Christmas wins it back for Ryan McQueen. Now Owen Gracie on the sidewall. Christmas shot off a body in front and deflects into the corner. Heavy hit in the corner there as it switched to the other side. Chisholm can't get it out. Puck bouncing around in the offensive zone. Gracie finds the puck. Queen. Quick puck movement here by the Rush. It's on the stick now of Gould over for Ryan McQueen, who leaves it there for Bass Christmas. Christmas looks at his options. He's got Gould's shot. That's blocked and cleared by the Islanders. Fresh set of penalty killers. Cowboy over the boards for the Islanders. Gives Ryan McQueen enough time to wind it up. And here comes Gould now through the middle of the ice. Drops it for Bass Christmas. Over for Gracie. Shot. Bell kicks that aside. Islanders able to clear it once again. 49 seconds to go in the man advantage. McQueen watched closely and leaves it for Gracie. Rush, stay on it. Miller in a battle below the goal line, able to come away with it. Berman gets to the middle of the ice and finds Mitchell Gould. His shot up and over the net, but Berman's the first one on it. Throws it back for McQueen. 15 seconds now in the man advantage, as the Rush now control it in the zone. Gould shot. Bell. Good save by Jack Bell. Gould trying to catch him cheating off the post. But Bell with a big save, and in the process knocks the net off its pegs. And it's time now for us to take our 1 minute TV timeout.
Tonight's stream is brought to you by John Ross & Sons, Atlantic Canada's scrap metal pros. Cleaning out the garage, job site, or shop, turn your steel, copper, and aluminum into cast. Drop off at their HRM locations or book a convenient bin for bigger hauls. Family-owned, environmentally responsible recycling that keeps our community clean and jobs local. Visit jrsons.ca and tell them High Button Sports sent you. John Ross & Sons, scrap metal made simple. Tonight's stream is brought to you by John Ross & Sons, Atlantic Canada's scrap metal pros. Cleaning out the garage, job site, or shop, turn your steel, copper, and aluminum into cast. Drop off at their HRM locations or book a convenient bin for bigger hauls. Family-owned and
5 seconds on the man advantage for the Rush. Islanders able to clear the zone. Throwing on net, Doucette. Leaves it for McLeod. Teams back to even strength. Liam McLeod, watched closely by Aiden McDonald, but he steps around his man. But his teammate just a step offside. And the faceoff will come just outside the Islanders zone. 19-12 shots on goal, still favoring the West Islanders. Rush control off the draw. McLeod throws it in deep. McGinnis reverses for Trenum. Islanders now get it out of the zone with some speed. Hunter McDonald shot. Whistles that one, doesn't miss by much, but it's Aiden McDonald who picks it back up. Now it's Sam Trenum's shot. Trying to find the stick of Jack McGinnis. Thrown down low for McDonald. Hunter McDonald's watched closely there by McLeod. Battle still in behind the net. Refs trying to get him to squirt it loose, and they do just that. Gould chips it out just enough to get out of the zone, and the Islanders have to touch up. McLeod off the glass. Here's Jasper Alain. Alain steps around his man. Shot on goal. Turned aside by Bell. Islanders clear it out, but it's going to be Angus McLean back to get it. Quick up for Gracie, but not quick enough. On the other side of the ice was Jacob Hebb, as offsides is the call. .7:16 to go in the second period. Rush still holding on to a 3-1 lead over the West Islanders. Rimmed around Fleet. First one on it for the Islanders. Down low for Watt. He's separated from the puck there by Morrison, but Watt gets it back. Throws it up, but it's broken up by Ryan McQueen. He'll chip it in and give chase. Ellis rims it around the boards. Islanders now Fleet in a battle along the boards with Hebb, but Watt picks it up for the Islanders, and he'll throw it in. Doucette out to play it. Rimmed around, kept in at the line. Shot turned aside there by the Rush defenseman Morrison. He's got the puck now again. Rimmed up. Jacob Dunn bunts it down into the zone. And Jack Bell has seen enough. He'll take the whistle and the face-off. Face-off coming up to the right of Jack Bell. Hook Shorts in to take the draw now for the Islanders. He'll win that back. Thrown up the middle of the ice, broken up by McPhee. Now Gideon tries to throw that out front, but good stick there by Trenum, able to clear it. However, the Rush get it back, throw it right back down. Last Christmas. Bobbles it on the line, loses the handle before now. McDonald with a burst of steam for the Islanders going the other way. It's thrown into the corner. McDonald and Gould collide as it's reversed to Bass Christmas's corner. He steps around one man, tries to feed it through, but McDonald there once again. Kieran McDonald throws it in deep. Thrown out front. Christmas, good stick in the lane there, able to break that play up. John McGinnis watched closely there, but he's able to play that up to Jack McGinnis. Now 2-on-1 developing for the Islanders. Shot. Doucette kicks that behind the net. Aiden McDonald with it. Circles the outside, stops up in the corner, looking for his options, throws it in front. Back into the corner it goes. McDonald with it once more. Now Chisholm up top for McGinnis. Shot. Hits a body in front and goes to the corner. Rush. Not able to get it out as Aiden McDonald, good job on the back check, throws it back down low. Jack McGinnis with no help there, but now the help is coming for the Islanders, but it's the Rush now, and it's Gould getting it up for Gideon. He'll chip it in behind the defenseman. Jack McGinnis. Cross ice feed for Trentham. Rims it around the boards. McLeod. Can't find his man, and the Islanders will skate it right back into the zone. Under 4 minutes to go here in the second period. Islanders looking to get on the scoreboard again. Down by 2. Tripping call coming up to McLeod as he got his stick into the skates of Will Chisholm. William McLeod will go 2 minutes for chipping. And a great opportunity right now for the West Islanders to pull within 1. Hook short in to take the draw against Owen Gracie of the Rush. Islanders control off the draw. Shot doesn't get through. Alain off the boards and out. Gracie down there, but Jack Bell leaves it there. McEachran looks for his options. None there, so they'll get set up once again. Thrown down low, cross crease pass, nobody there for the Islanders and the Rush. Able to clear it once more. Gracie, hot on the heels of Sam Trentham. Trentham able to get it up for hook shorts. He'll rim it around for McGinnis. He'll leave it, but broken up now. If they've got time, they do not. They will throw it in. It's a tired penalty killing bunch. They'll chip it in. Fresh penalty killers come up over the boards. Trentham circles off his man, gets to the red line and throws it in. Fleet gets the puck free. McDonald over for Ellis. Back for McDonald, back for Ellis. Thrown out front. Again, good job by the penalty killing unit. Good urgency to clear the front of the net. Now Ellis tees it up. Doucette kicks that aside. 9 seconds now in the man advantage. Good pressure here from the power play unit of the West Islanders. Team's back to even strength. It's another penalty kill for the Sydney Rush. Once again, the net comes off the pegs, and we will have ourselves a face-off. Furious action down in the Rush zone on that power play. Good puck movement by the West Islanders, but nothing to show on the scoreboard, as it's another successful penalty kill for the Sydney Rush. 1:38 to go here in the second period. Face off to the right of Mason Doucette. Scramble draw there. Rush come away with it, and they clear the zone. Thrown right back in by the Islanders. Bass Christmas back to get it. Rims it around now. McQueen. He'll pick it up. Jacob Dunn chips that in. Not deep enough. The Islanders able to clear the zone. This one won't be enough for icing as Deacon McPhee back to get it. Rims it around the boards. Rush chipped that out. And it goes right back in behind the net. Jacob Dunn picks up steam, loses the handle. Islanders able to chip that back out into the neutral zone. Thrown right back down low by Jacob Dunn. Luke Chisholm now can't connect with his teammate, and back and forth these teams go. 30 seconds now left in the period. Rush clogging up the middle of the ice. Islanders can't get out of their own zone. Shot. McQueen misses on the high block side. Gould watched closely there by a couple West Islanders. 5 seconds now in the period. That will do it here for the second period in Membertou after 40 minutes of play. The Sydney Rush put another one up on the board right after the West Islanders cut the lead in half, and it was Mitchell Gould completing the hat trick on a penalty shot. And after 40 minutes, the Rush lead the Islanders 3-1. We'll be back after this short intermission.
Tonight's stream is brought to you by John Ross & Sons, Atlantic Canada's scrap metal pros. Cleaning out the garage, job site, or shop, turn your steel, copper, and aluminum into cast. Drop off at their HRM locations or book a convenient bin for bigger hauls. Family-owned, environmentally responsible recycling that keeps our community clean and jobs local. Visit jrsons.ca and tell them High Button Sports sent you. John Ross & Sons, scrap metal made simple. Tonight's stream is brought to you by John Ross & Sons, Atlantic Canada's scrap metal pros. Cleaning out the garage, job site, or shop, turn your steel, copper, and aluminum into cast. Drop off at their HRM locations or book a convenient bin for bigger hauls. Family-owned, environmentally responsible recycling that keeps our community clean and jobs local. Visit jrsons.ca and tell them High Button Sports sent you. John Ross & Sons, scrap metal made simple. Tonight's stream is brought to you by John Ross & Sons, Atlantic Canada's scrap metal pros. Cleaning out the garage, job site, or shop, turn your steel, copper, and aluminum into cast. Drop off at their HRM locations or book a convenient bin for bigger hauls. Family-owned, environmentally responsible recycling that keeps our community clean and jobs local. Visit jrsons.ca and tell them High Button Sports sent you. John Ross & Sons, scrap metal made simple. Tonight's stream is brought to you by John Ross & Sons, Atlantic Canada's scrap metal pros. Cleaning out the garage, job site, or shop, turn your steel, copper, and aluminum into cast. Drop off at their HRM locations or book a convenient bin for bigger hauls. Family-owned, environmentally responsible recycling that keeps our community clean and jobs local. Visit jrsons.ca and tell them High Button Sports sent you. John Ross & Sons, scrap metal made simple. Tonight's stream is brought to you by John Ross & Sons, Atlantic Canada's scrap metal pros. Cleaning out the garage, job site, or shop, turn your steel, copper, and aluminum into cast. Drop off at their HRM locations or book a convenient bin for bigger hauls. Family-owned, environmentally responsible recycling that keeps our community clean and jobs local. Visit jrsons.ca and tell them High Button Sports sent you. John Ross & Sons, scrap metal made simple.
And welcome back to Member 2 Sport and Wellness Center as we get set for third period action between the Cape Breton West Islanders and the Sydney Mitsubishi Rush. Sydney Rush holding on to a 3-1 lead as we head into this third period here. 22-12 shots favoring the West Islanders. Mason Doucette has been the busier of the two goaltenders here. He has been up to the task. Mitchell Gould with a hat trick for the Rush. He's with the puck now down in front for Christmas. Off the crossbar, I believe, and out of play. Good heads-up play there. Gould to Christmas. Again, Mitchell Gould completing the hat trick on a penalty shot in the second period. After Aiden McDonald had pulled the Islanders to within one early on, and under a minute into that second period, McDonald had scored for the Islanders to make it 2-1. Before, again, Gould was hooked on a breakaway, being awarded the penalty shot, and he buried it. And that is where we sit after 40 minutes. Thrown down low, Alain tries to throw it out front. Good stick by Luke Chisholm. Gould up top for McPhee. His shot blocked there by McCackern. Donald can't get it in deep as Christmas is there to break it up. Now Deacon McPhee chipped it off the glass up for Owen Gracie, who chips it in deep in behind the net, but Sam Trenum reverses it back for Luke Chisholm. Gracie hot on it for the Rush. Trying to cause a turnover there, but Islanders come away with it. Davidson gets to the red line and chips it in deep. Back to get it for the Rush is McLeod. He's watched very closely there by Davidson. Gets flushed out. McLeod loses the handle on it, but out of danger it goes. Little urgency to the step of the West Islanders to start this period. Icing waved off. Gracie first on it. Behind the net now, Jonah Ellis up for Davidson. He'll chip it off the boards. Now the Rush come the other way. Jacob Dunn. He's stood up at the line by McGinnis. Fed ahead there for Will Chisholm. Chisholm stops up, shot off the blocker of Mason Doucette and out of play. Definitely a little more urgency in the step of the West Islanders here early on in this third period. Looking to beat Mason Doucette, who's been very dialed in here this afternoon. Islanders win the draw. Play broken up there, but kept in at the line there. Chisholm throws it down low. McEachran sneaks in. Rush now trying to get it out. And they will. Throw it down the length of the ice. Too far. Icing will be the call. Face off to the left of Mason Doucette. Colby Fleet in to take the draw against Jacob Dunn. Islanders win that one. Trenum, his shot. Doucette sees that one all the way. And he will gobble that up. Some Thanksgiving references there for you. Happy Thanksgiving to all of our listeners. Hope you are enjoying this time with family. Colby Fleet in to take the draw now. Rush win that one. McPhee chips it up the glass, and it's out of the zone and back down. No icing on this as Sam Trenum goes back to get it. head for Hunter McDonald's. But McPhee chips that off the glass. Not far enough. Islanders come back. Colby Fleet in on the forecheck. Christmas senses him coming, spins off his man. McDonald now gets to the blue line. Throws it down low for Fleet. Doucette with the save. Gould one-on-one with Luke Chisholm. Chisholm plays the man perfectly. And here comes Jonah Ellis. He loses the handle, causing his teammates to go offside. Face-off coming outside the rush zone. Ethan Miller in to take the draw against Aiden McDonald of the Islanders. McDonald wins that cleanly. Now Chisholm. Luke Chisholm throws it in deep. Liam McLeod there to clear it out of the way. Austin Miller. Lead pass for Andrea. Ellis trying to reverse course, hits the net, pops out front. Berman loses the handle on the line, and into the neutral zone it goes. Miller rims it around the boards for Ethan Miller. Jack McGinnis throws that on net. Doucette steers that into the corner. Islanders hard on the forecheck now. McGinnis once again looking cross ice. Nobody there. Doucette knocks that down. Now the rush once again. Can't clear the zone. Kept in at the line. John McGinnis chips in off the blue line to keep that play alive. Aggressive forecheck here by the Islanders. Rush can't get it over the red line just yet. Now they throw it up the middle. Davidson hot after it. Icing going to be the call on this one. As the face-off comes all the way back down into the rush zone. Carson McEachern in to take the draw against Mitchell Gould. It's a scramble draw. The rush come away with it. Luke Chisholm. Lead pass there for Davidson. He'll chip it in, but Mitchell Gould on the layers, able to get control. Puck just gets out, and the Islanders have the touch up. McLean with some time, although he's watched closely now by Davidson. He'll rim it around and out into the neutral zone. McEachern can't get it by Gould. Ends up back on the stick of Angus McLean. Now Mitchell Gould drops it there for Owen Gracie. Back down in the corner for Gould. Spins off Trenum. Good layers in the defensive zone by the Islanders, and they're able to get it out. Hook shorts. Throws it out front. Poked out of the way there by Doucette in the rush, able to clear the zone. Now Owen Gracie with a head of steam. One-on-one puck battle with McGinnis. McGinnis able to get it back for Ellis, but he's watched closely by the forecheck of the rush. Now up for McDonald. Bounces over his stick. Deacon McPhee able to keep it on the line, but now Kieran McDonald will get another chance, and he'll not quite get to the red line, but icing is waved off. Too many men on the ice for the Sydney Rush, as they were in the middle of a line change and a puck trying to clear the zone. And they will get caught with too many men on the ice. West Islanders going to their 4th power play of the afternoon. Another chance for them to claw their way back into this one. Down by 2, 13:32 to go. Rush trying to get the right personnel out here to start this penalty kill. Fast Christmas in to take his 2nd draw of the day. This time, not so fortunate. Islanders control. Trenum circles the top, finds Will Chisholm. Back for Trenum. His shot is blocked. Makes its way to the front there for Doucette. Now it's back up top, and Trenum gets to the middle of the ice. Looking for some options. Finds Will Chisholm. Chisholm's shot. Trying to get it through traffic, but it's off a shin pad. Back up top now for Trenum. They work it down low. McDonald gets some help now from Will Chisholm. Up top for Trenum. Back up top for Chisholm. Double clutch shot goes wide. Back on the stick of Sam Trenum. Whistle on the play as the net comes off its pegs. 1:09 to go, the man advantage for the West Islanders. So far, this entire penalty power play has been played in the Rush zone. Nothing has gotten through to Mason Doucette as of yet. Aiden McDonald in to take the draw, but it's won cleanly there by Ethan Miller of the Rush. But the West Islanders control once again. Up top, Luke Chisholm throws it down low for McDonald. But it's back on the stick of Chisholm. Now up top for Aiden McDonald. Over for Ellis. Back for McDonald. His shot, Doucette. Saw it at the last second. And the Rush clear the zone. Chisholm circles his net. But it's on the stick of Berman, and he'll throw it right back down into the Islander zone. Chisholm will try again. Over for Watt. Watt watched closely there by Miller. Now plays it up for Ellis. Shots, kick, save, Doucette, and they score. Power play goal for the Cape Breton West Islanders. It is Luke Chisholm coming off the blue line. And a puck that squirts off of Doucette's pads onto the stick of Luke Chisholm. And the West Islanders have once again clawed themselves to within 1 of the Sydney Rush. Here they come again. McEachern shot, glove save. Mason Doucette. Quick attack there by the West Islanders. They get the power play clicking. Huge power play goal for them. Rush trying to get the puck heading north once more. Dunn has to beat out the icing call, and he will. Angus McLean lines his man up. The Islanders able to clear it out. Chip back into the neutral zone now. John McGinnis. Cross ice feed, chipped in there by Hookah Shorts. Back up top for McGinnis, over for McEachern. He'll throw it down low. Angus McLean watched closely there by the aggressive forecheck of the Islanders. Here they come again. Now Davidson trying to jam play in the front. Whistle goes. Net comes off its pegs once again. Aggressive forecheck coming now in waves for the Cape Breton West Islanders. They've got some jump in their step after that goal, the power play goal. They find themselves within one with 10:35 to go. 31-13 shots favoring the West Islanders now. Colby Fleet in to take the draw. Plays it ahead to himself. And now the Rush will get a hold of it. Gracie in a foot race with Ellis, but Bell comes out to play that. Alain and Ellis battle in the corner. Islanders come away. Fleet. Just a step offsides are the West Islanders. As Colby Fleet trying to gain some momentum through the neutral zone. Offsides the call. Face-off coming just outside the Rush zone. Draw one by the Islanders. Up top, Ellis. On the half wall for McDonald. Hayden McDonald leaves it there for Ellis. Ellis tries a cross ice feed, but it's broken up by the Rush. Icing waved off. Mitchell Gould in a foot race. And the Rush control. Now it bounces over Berman's stick. Hayden McDonald tries to get there first. Nice little chip pass. Now Gould is in there 2-on-2 with Alain. Turned over. Will Chisholm going the other way. Cross ice feed for Hayden McDonald. Islanders get it down low. Trenum steps around his man. Now he's got a path to the net. Shot, Doucette. Another save, no rebound. 9:11 to go. And we will take our 1-minute TV timeout.
Tonight's stream is brought to you by John Ross & Sons, Atlantic Canada's scrap metal pros. Cleaning out the garage, job site, or shop, turn your steel, copper, and aluminum into cast. Drop off at their HRM locations or book a convenient bin for bigger hauls. Family-owned, environmentally responsible recycling that keeps our community clean and jobs local. Visit jrsons.ca and tell them High Button Sports sent you. John Ross & Sons, scrap metal made simple. Tonight's stream is brought to you by John Ross & Sons, Atlantic Canada's scrap metal pros. Cleaning out the garage, job site, or shop, turn your steel, copper, and aluminum into cast. Drop off at their HRM locations or book a convenient bin for bigger hauls. Family-owned, environmentally responsible recycling.
Face off to the left of Mason Doucette. Scramble draw. Floats out front, but the Rush control. Flipped out of the zone. Now Austin Miller. 1-on-3. Kakrin shoved off the puck by Andrea. He'll chip it up. That'll go the length of the ice for icing. .42 to go in the third period. Rush continuing to cling to a 1-goal lead. Carson McEachran not able to win that. Rimmed around. Andrea takes his time, throws it up, but McGinnis quick up again to McEachran. Cross ice for Watt. Down low. McDonald Hunter McDonald trying to shake off McLean. McDonald still with it now up top for John McGinnis. Back for McDonald. Shot! Off Doucette's glove and around the rim, but Ellis keeps it alive now. McGinnis. Cross ice feed there for what? Thrown out front. Doucette with the save. Islanders trying to say that the puck was loose and they've tied the game, but it was, the ref immediately calls it off, saying that Doucette was interfered with. Goalie interference is the call. No goal. Rush, dodge a bullet right there. But here come the West Islanders. They are coming in waves now with the offensive pressure. Another icing call here against the Rush. Really trying to stretch that ice out. Not able to connect is leading to a plethora of icing calls against the Sydney Rush and lots of face-offs down in the Rush zone. Cape Breton West Islanders have been good in the face-off circle this afternoon, and they win another one. McGinnis, his shot tipped in front. Doesn't quite make its way to the net, but a battle ensues, and the Islanders still with it now. They are first on every puck down low now. In behind the net, into the corner. Davidson spins off his man. Davidson can't get to the front of the net. Now the Rush will finally get it out. Gould throws it out front now. Gideon finds a loose puck in the slot. Jack Bell, top of the blue paint, square to the shooter. Able to make that save. First real good scoring opportunity for the Rush in this third period. We're down to 7:14 to go in the period. And we finally get an offensive zone draw for the Rush. But again, it's the Islanders who win the draw. Chisholm throws it in. Thrown through the middle of the ice. Chisholm breaks that up. Thrown down low for McDonald. Now it goes up top. Kept alive at the line by Trenum. He throws it back down. But it's Liam McLeod ahead for Ryan McQueen. Thrown out front. Good layers in front of the net. Able to get it out. Now Chisholm away with it again. Stick check there by Berman into the corner. Rimmed around. Jacob Hebb trying to get it out. Trenum is there to stop his forward progress. Scramble in front of the Rush bench. Now Ellis. Cross ice for Chisholm. Back for Ellis. He scores! Jonah Ellis with a give-and-go play with Will Chisholm. Breaks through, and we've got ourselves a tie hockey game. .6:12 to go in the third period. And the Cape Breton West Islanders have clawed their way back into this one. Buckle up. This will be an interesting finish to this one. Penalty upcoming now to the Rush. They best be careful that they don't get a couple of penalties out of this one, but it looks like they've actually managed So Morrison for the rush. Hunter McDonald for the West Islanders. Both getting coincidental minors. 5-on-5 hockey. With 5:52 to go. Face-off coming in the rush zone. Won once again by the West Islanders. Bounces over Chisholm's stick. Islanders have to touch up. Should give McLean time. Heavy contact along the boards there. Alain loses control of it now. Davidson over for what? What? Can't get the handle on it. Loses it at the last second. It's in the corner now behind the net. Islanders still in control. That offensive pressure from the Islanders now, like I say, coming in waves. 37 shots now recorded for the Islanders. They have been all over the rush in this third period. But the rush now in the offensive zone. Davidson can't get it out. It's kept in by McPhee. His shot through traffic doesn't get through. It's blocked by Ellis. Watt chips it in deep. Everybody's making a wholesale line change. Rimmed around the boards. Gracie's watched closely there by McGinnis. McPhee, lead pass. Doesn't get anywhere. Now the rush have to turn back. Cross ice pass doesn't connect. Icing will be the call. Face off will come back into the Islanders zone. Jacob Dunn in to take the face-off for the rush. Islanders win another one. Crucial draw one right there for the West Islanders. McQueen throws it back in around. Islanders first on it. They are able to clear the zone. Rush have the touch up. John McGinnis back to get it. Heavy hit in the corner. Thomas McEachran's met there by two rush players, but the Islanders do get it out. Can't get it in deep. Offsides upcoming unless they tag up. They get it back out into the neutral zone. Now Trenum chips it in to himself. Left all alone in front was McGinnis, but now Aiden McDonald picks it up. He'll throw it down low. Back onto his stick, spins and fires. Islanders once again having their way in the offensive zone right now. Trenum, his shot goes wide. It's on the stick of McGinnis. Back up top. Trenum once again off a shin pad, but back on his stick. Cross ice feed for McDonald. Three black shirts all alone in front. McDonald now. Islanders not happy with that call right there as the net comes off its pegs. They might be thinking it was kicked off by Doucette because the pressure right now from the Cape Breton West Islanders. They are all over the Sydney Rush in their own zone. Trying to get pucks funneled to the net. 3:09 to go. Tie hockey game. The Islanders pressing hard, looking for the go-ahead goal. Gould winds up. Gracie. His pass picked off, but Alain now. Knocked off his stick. Aiden McDonald trying to wind himself up. Here he goes, chips to himself, gets around two men now. Throws it out front, but it's broken up there. Aiden McDonald with it once more. Plays it up top for Thomas McEachran. Back down for McDonald. Up top once again for McEachran. Shot. Doucette. Can't get the handle on it, but there's enough white shirts there now. Gracie. Can't corral the pass. Icing will be the call. Gracie just couldn't get a touch on the puck there. Icing the call. And the face-off will come back down in the rush zone. McEachran and the Islanders have been good in the face-off circle today, but Mitchell Gould wins a crucial draw right there for the rush. Christmas, lead pass for Gracie. He manages to stay onside, thrown on net. Bell, very cautious right there as Gould was looking for some crumbs around the net. Instead, the rush will take an offensive zone draw. Jacob Dunn in to take the draw now for the rush. The Islanders win yet another face-off. 3-on-2 if they hurry for the Islanders. Broken up in the middle of the ice. McLeod, he loses the handle. Trenum, shot. Whistles just wide. McGinnis keeps it in there for the Islanders. Now the rush able to clear it out. Trenum, quick up for McEachran. McEachran battling along the boards, and now he comes free in the corner. Rimmed around, back up top for Sam Trenum. Shot thrown out front. Still loose. Doucette tries to find it. It ends up behind the net. McLean rims it around. McGinnis keeps it in at the line. Or actually, he does not. My apologies. It gets out. Offsides is the call. .109 to go in the third period. Cape Breton West Islanders have put a full court press on here in the third period and have tied this game up. Ellis. Good poke check there, but it lands on the stick of Aiden McDonald. Aiden McDonald walks around Christmas, thrown out front. Doucette gets a stick on Hook. Hook is short, almost puts one home there, but the rush able to clear it. Not far enough for icing. And the Islanders will try once again. Now McDonald, 1-on-4. He's separated from the puck. And it goes over the stick of Luke Chisholm and thrown back down. 15 seconds to go. Gets out. Mitchell Gould circles back. 10 seconds now. Cross ice feed. Chisholm. He'll wait it out, and we will play more hockey here in Member 2. $60 minutes, not enough for these two teams. We'll play some overtime hockey here in Member 2. Sydney Rush opened the scoring, went up 2-0 before the West Islanders clawed their way back in to cut the lead in half. And then Mitchell Gould with a hat trick for the Rush restored the 2-goal lead, but it was an impressive third period from the Cape Breton West Islanders as they dominated play in the third period and got rewarded with a couple of goals to be able to push this game into overtime. And if you think this game was fun, guess what, folks? These two teams get to battle again tomorrow at 1 o'clock down in the Al McGuinness Center in Port Hood. A home-and-home series this weekend between the Island rivals. And again, if tomorrow's game is anything like today's, you're in for a treat. Entertaining game here in Member 2 this afternoon on this long Thanksgiving weekend. Three-on-three overtime. Shot count 40-16 favoring the West Islanders. Mason Doucette has been very good for the Rush here today. As we get set for overtime, Gould wins the draw. 1-on-2, separated from the puck. Aiden McDonald winds up. McDonald gains the zone. Stick check there by Bass Christmas. Christmas over for Gracie. Gould trying to catch up to make it a 2-on-1. Gracie over for Gould, doesn't connect. Bass Christmas chips in, but good layers by Gould, able to recognize that. Islanders make a quick change. Gould, his shot. Stopped by Bell, keeps the play alive. Chisholm chips it off the boards for Fleet. Gracie back to help out. Rush haven't made a change yet. Now Gracie will go off for a change. Bass Christmas pulls up. Plays it back for Gould. Ahead for Alain. He can't get the handle on it. Ellis picks it up now. Fleet circles the net. Gains a head of steam. Ahead for Will Chisholm. Chisholm stops up, throws it up top now for Jonah Ellis. Over for Fleet. He's watched closely there by Alain. Chipped off the boards now. Jacob Dunn. Penalty upcoming. Cross ice feed. And Bell with the save. Jacob Dunn with a burst of speed is able to draw the penalty. Holding will be the call as he had a step on Jonah Ellis. And a big opportunity here for the Sydney Rush. 4-on-3 power play here in overtime. But the West Islanders once again dominant in the face-off circle, win a crucial draw. And they're able to clear it down the ice. Gould gains his own. Circles in behind the net. Plays it up top for Bass Christmas. He walks in. Cross ice feed for Dunn. Dunn shoots. Bell grabs that, has a quick peek behind him. Wasn't entirely sure where the puck was. 1:30 now to go on the man advantage for the Rush. 2:42 to go in the overtime period. Owen Gracie. Another win for the West Islanders. Bass Christmas, great job keeping that puck alive right there. He shoots. Bell with another save. And the West Islanders who controlled play in that third period and outshot the Rush. Rush are certainly returning the favor here early in the overtime period. Face-off win there by the Rush. Over now, it's Gould. Down for Dunn, shot. Tries a jam play, but Bell with a save. Christmas down for Dunn. Dunn blows a wheel. Islanders able to clear the zone. Doucette leaves it there. Gould loses his stick. No call coming. Gracie leaves it there for Bass Christmas. Christmas has room, shot. That's just wide. Christmas pinching in off the line. Back into the high slot. Now leaves it there for Gracie. Over now for Christmas. Up top for Gould. Tries to find Gracie. He fans on the shot. Good rotation here from the Sydney Rush. Gould. Shot. Bell grabs that out of the air. 17 seconds to go with a man advantage. There's some good looks there from the power play unit for the Sydney Rush. Jack Bell has been a very busy goaltender in this extra frame. Another draw one there by the Islanders, but they're not able to clear. It's thrown down low. McQueen in a battle with Trenum. Now up top, 5 seconds to go in the man advantage. Berman. Down low. Here's McLeod's shot. That's off Trenum's shin pad. McQueen regroups. Over Berman's stick. He spins off his attacker. Now McQueen a step off sides. He's got to tag up. That's going to give the Islanders time to regroup. McEachran winds it up. Gains the zone. Leaves it there for Carson McEachran. Down low. Thrown up now. Luke Chisholm. Shot, scores! Luke Chisholm through traffic. Finds the top corner up and over the glove hand of Mason Doucette. And with his second of the game, Lucas Chisholm is your overtime hero for the Cape Breton West Islanders as they come in here and walk away with an overtime victory over the Sydney Rush. Once again, you can catch these teams in action again tomorrow as they play 1 o'clock out of the Al McGuinness Sports Center in Port Hood. As always, we thank you for tuning in to High Button Sports. We hope you've enjoyed this broadcast and all the broadcasts we bring you this summer, or this winter, sorry. And we will catch you at our next game. Happy Thanksgiving all.